Hello and welcome to Nerd Access. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about what games are coming out this March. The first game on this list that will have already hit the shelves as of March 1st is ToeJam and Earl Back in the Groove for the PS4, Xbox, PC, and Switch. Back in the Groove is a sequel to the original ToeJam and Earl games from the 1991 Sega Genesis. This almost 30-year later sequel looks to be very similar in gameplay and music soundtrack. The original game made a parody of the urban funk style of the late 80s and early 90s, so if you play this game, be ready to be teleported back into the world of the 90s and be prepared for some old school jokes and a blast of neon bright colors. Though the original game did have 2 sequels over the years, those games didn't seem like true sequels, with them trying to change up the game style and gameplay and even trying to break into the 3D world. But what fans of the original actually wanted was just another roguelike adventure. So this is going to be a true sequel that the people really wanted for this series. And the next video game on this list is Left Alive, coming out March 5th for the PS4 and PC. Left Alive is a new survival action shooter telling the story through the eyes of 3 different protagonists during an invasion of Nova Slava in 2127. In this game, you're going to be forced to make decisions that can have strong consequences, all while fighting military troops, armored vehicles, and giant weaponized mechs. Left Alive sits in the same universe as the Front Mission series, so if you ever played Front Mission Evolved, you're going to know what to expect when it comes to the devastating power of the mechs that you're going to be facing up against. So if you're looking for a mech-based shooter game, this game is one you're going to maybe want to keep on your list for this March. And the next game on this list, I have personally been waiting almost 10 years for this sequel, and that's going to be Devil May Cry 5, which is going to be coming out March 8th for the PS4, Xbox, and PC. This game couldn't come faster because the Devil May Cry series has been one of my favorite series ever since the PS2 era. Devil May Cry is a hack and slash fighter with extremely high-paced moves that keep you on your feet. Devil May Cry 5 is going to be the sequel of Devil May Cry 4 that was made in 2008 that followed the story of a young man named Nero and a demon hunter Dante. This is the awaited sequel that many Devil May Cry fans have been waiting for, especially with the story revamp they did in 2013 with DMC, which by all means was a great game, but strayed away from the original story we knew. Devil May Cry 4 left us with some questions, and it'd be nice to finally get a sequel that helps answer some of those questions that were left in 4. And just like Devil May Cry 4 added Nero to the DMC games, this game is going to be adding another hunter to the mix, V. A demon summoning fighter covered in tattoos is going to be joining Nero and Dante on their adventure this time around. If you're a Devil May Cry fan or just a lover of hack and slash games, this is definitely a game you're going to want to pick up, and it's a game I know for a fact I will be getting this March. And the next game on this March list of video games is going to be The Division 2, which is to be coming out on the 15th of March for the PS4, Xbox, and PC, with an open beta going from March 1st to March 4th. This must be the month of sequels because, as the title suggests, this is another sequel of the first Division game from 2016. The first Division game did fall a little flat in a lot of people's eyes, but still ended up being a pretty good game. The Division games are military-based MMOs where you can play co-op with some friends or do PvP to take down some enemies. In The Division 2, you're going to be leading a team through a post-pandemic Washington, D.C. to restore order to the city. The game is promising to have a bunch more content post-story mode this time around, so I'm hoping that Division 2 doesn't fall into the same issues that the first game did, with its boring post-story activities and bits of walking around for miles not really doing anything or running into anyone. All in all, The Division 2 does seem like it's going to be better than the original, so if you were a fan of the original one, this is definitely a game you might want to check out. And the last amazing looking game that's on our list today is going to be Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, to be coming out March 22nd for the PS4, Xbox, and PC. Sekiro is one of the prettiest games that I've seen in some time now. In the game, you are set in a very beautiful but war-driven Japan in the late 1500s. In the game, you're playing as a deformed warrior with a mechanical arm who is tasked with saving a young lord who's been captured. You're going to be tasked with taking down very powerful enemies with a very engaging fighting style. The game's developed by the same people who brought you Bloodborne and Dark Souls, so just be ready to see a screen that looks a lot like this over probably 1,000 times within the first 20 minutes of the game. In all seriousness though, this looks like it's going to be such an amazing game. And it could be because I am such a sucker for the stylistic designs that come from ancient Japan and the lore that comes from that era as well. And with how the creators of Bloodborne and Dark Souls make their games look so detailed, I can't wait to see how this game plays later this month. And that concludes our main list for the games that are coming out this month. And like always, here are some honorable mentions of other games that are also coming out this month. Tropico for the PC, One Piece World Seekers for the PS4, Xbox, and PC, Dead or Alive 6 for the PS4, Xbox, and PC, Yoshi's Crafted Worlds for the Switch, and Total War 3 Kingdoms for the PC. And that concludes our list of video games that are coming out March of 2019. I hope some of these games made it onto your radar. If you want to see more videos like this one, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.